Hey guys, it's QuickyBaby and welcome back to World of Tanks. This video is going to be about how you can play World of Tanks as cheaply as possible. And will answer many questions that I receive about how to get the most from World of Tanks in the shortest amount of time. Should you use these tips and tricks, you're likely to have more credits for less, which will allow you to buy more tanks or afford a few more premium rounds. So firstly, let's talk about probably the best way to save credits in World of Tanks, and that is to take advantage of specials. If you keep an eye on the homepage, or if you're looking in-game, in the missions tab and also the specials that will be coming up soon, you can find out all the details of discounts that will be coming either now or in the next few days. Currently in Europe, there is Earning Your Stripes Major. This is a massive special. So what can we use this special for? Well, for example, we could buy any tank tier 8 to 10 for 15% less. That saves you nearly 1,000,000 credits off any tier 10 vehicle in the game. 500,000 off a tier 9, or just under 400,000 for a tier 8. And so what I used to do is unlock a load of tanks with experience, and then wait for a special to come up, save up a load of credits, and then you get to enjoy the full discount in a short period of time. The sales are also a really good opportunity to save money on new crew. Usually to recruit a new crew member, it will cost you 200 gold if you want to have 100% right off the bat, or 20,000 if you want to start with a 75% crew. So by waiting for a sale, if I needed to purchase a new crew for my Black Prince, I would either save 50,000 credits or 500 gold. Specials can also save you money when you want to move crew from one vehicle to another. As an example, I want to move my 4 female crew members from my AMX-30B to my AMX-30 prototype. Usually this would either cost me 80,000 credits or 800 gold, so it's a good opportunity to make some savings. What I generally do is leave all of my crew retraining and my crew moving for when they've got a massive special, and then I do it all then. Next, as we all know, equipment is one of the most expensive aspects of World of Tanks, with some equipment in the game, such as the super heavy spore liner, costing 750,000 credits. Well, why not wait until there's a special on and save usually about half the cost? To put a super heavy spore liner on my Tortoise, if I should want to, right now I would save 375,000 credits. Furthermore, everyone knows that consumables can take a huge amount out of your profits at the end of the game. Probably the most common premium consumable in the game is the automatic fire extinguisher. It costs 20,000 credits usually per pop. But thankfully, when there's a discount on, this goes down to 10,000 credits. And small repair kits and small med kits, which you should really be using on all your tanks as a minimum, go down to 1,500 credits. Now, considering that these specials only usually last for about 2 or 3 days, what about for the rest of the time? Sometimes specials like this only come up maybe once every 2 months. But if you're a player like me that likes to play World of Tanks, you know, a few times a week and not just go crazy at the weekends, usually when the specials are on, then you might feel disappointed and that you can't use those discounts. Well, what if I was to tell you, you actually can? There's a way for you to be able to effectively get this discount anytime you want. Well, to be able to do this, what you need to do is pre-buy the consumables while they're at the discounted rate. To do this, what you want to do is click on the store, then you want to scroll down here to consumables, choose the ones you want. Maybe I want to buy some small repair kits. Click on small repair kits and then choose how many you want to purchase. For example, here I'm going to buy 120 small repair kits. It's going to cost me 180,000 credits, which is obviously 1,500 per small repair kit. And what this hopefully will do is keep my small repair kit ticking at 1,500 credit cost until the next sale, where I can buy them in bulk at the discounted rate and then use them between the next sale. Now, you can do this for all of the consumables, even the premium ones, and this is absolutely fantastic if maybe you've got a few favorite tanks that you do like to use premium consumables on, and you'd far rather pay 10,000 credits now and then slowly use them rather than paying 20,000 credits a go when the special isn't happening. And it's not only consumables that you can use this little tip for, you can also do it for equipment. Maybe you know that you're going to be unlocking your E75 next week. Then why not pre-buy the equipment now and then put it on it when you get it? If you use the recommended loadout, which is a vertical stabilizer, improved ventilation, and a large caliber tank gun rammer, that's going to save you 850,000 credits. by buying it now rather than buying it at full price when you unlock it. My next tip is regarding premium account status. Really, if you spend more than about 10 hours on this game a month, I thoroughly recommend one. Not only are you going to be getting 50% more experience per battle, a premium account will also increase the credits that you earn per battle by 50%. But this actually means that you are going to be gaining credits way faster than 50%. Now, why is that? Let me try and explain. Let's say, for example, you play a game and you make 20,000 credits. You had a pretty good result. But you died towards the end of it, and so your tank repair cost was fairly high. And at the end of the game, you had to use a premium round or two to be able to kill the mouse to secure the win. And so you spent quite a lot on your ammunition. This means that the profit that you got from the game will be as follows: 8,000 credits profit. Now, if you had had a premium account, this would have in fact been 50% more, 30,000. But your tank repair and your ammo cost doesn't go up by anything at all. And so that means that your profit is in fact way higher. In fact, it's 225% of what your profit in a regular account would have been. And so the best way by far to increase your credit income is with a premium account. And so how can we get a premium account the cheapest? So it's all about working out what's best for you. Maybe you're the kind of player that only plays World of Tanks 1 day a week. Then it's probably best that you buy your premium time in single days. This is going to cost you about 1,000 gold a month for those 4 days, i.e. 1 day a week that you play World of Tanks. And that'll be a lot cheaper for you than if you pay for 30 days. However, maybe you're an avid World of Tanks player that plays the whole weekend. Well, unless there's a special on like today, you're probably still best to buy 2 single days of premium time, rather than buying 3 days for 650. Maybe you haven't got as much time to invest in the weekend, but you like to do your daily doubles as you go along, playing for about, say, half an hour to an hour every night. Well, then really what you probably want to do is take the step up to a 30-day premium time kind of cycle. However, is it best to pay 2,500 gold, or can we get the premium time cheaper elsewhere? Well, if you look in the premium shop that you can find on the World of Tanks homepage, then you can get 30 days of premium for £7.32, which unsurprisingly is exactly the same as if you were to buy 2,500 gold, which is £7.32. Now, the only way to really get this price down is to buy in bulk. Now, for me, that's not a problem because I don't see myself not playing World of Tanks for the next couple of years, probably. And that's where you start to really make the savings with regards to the premium time. So we can see here that if we buy per month, it's going to cost us £7.32. If we buy 6 months, each month it's going to cost us £6.59. And if you buy 12 months, well, it's going to cost £5.86. But now here's the real tip for you. Wargaming quite often during very special times reduce the 6 months and the 12 months by 15%. However, I cannot remember a time that they ever reduced the 1 month rate. And so if you find that you're a very long-term player, one of the best ways to save is to wait for these special 15% discounts on the long subscription times, which will massively reduce the cost of your premium time per month. Next, let's talk about premium tanks, which is by far one of my most asked questions of all time. The high-tier premium tanks earn a huge amount of credits. It is almost impossible, even without a premium account, even if you play like utter garbage and do 0 damage and get your tank destroyed, unless of course you fire a lot of expensive ammunition and don't do a lot with it. But which premium tank is going to be best for you? Well, I'm going to put annotations over a large number of the icons that you see on your screen now, and you can click through to go through to gameplay videos of the ones which I have featured on this channel in the past. Now, I don't think any one of these individual tanks is the best for making credits. If they're played well, they can all make a huge credit income, and in a really big game easily make 100,000 credits profit with a premium account or more. So what I recommend is that you pick the tier 8 premium tank which best suits your playstyle. Maybe you're incredible in your Soviet medium tanks, well then pick the T-54 first prototype. Maybe you love the German heavy playstyle and you've got a fantastic 4-skill crew in your E-75, well then you can't really go too wrong with a Lurve, although I feel like it's one of the weaker ones. But still, if it's your playstyle, you're going to have great games in it. The T-34 is a great pick for American heavy tank drivers. And if you're a bit of an expert, then I thoroughly recommend probably my favorite, the AMX CDC. But be warned, it is very unforgiving and has no armor and frequently gets penetrated by high explosive rounds if you don't know what you're doing. The thing is with tier 8 premium tanks is that you don't really need to get more than one of them. Of course, having multiple vehicles might be really nice for your crew training, or if you play really poorly and get that tank locked in and you don't want to have to wait until the battle ends. But the benefit that you will get from having a single one of these vehicles will truly have an astronomical effect on the rate that you can earn credits. And thanks to the special that's currently on the European server, there's never been a better time, with all of them, as you can see, discounted by 15%, both in the game store and also in the game now for gold. So if you've been eyeing one up, this is a great opportunity to get one. However, maybe you don't want to invest this kind of money in a virtual game, and that's completely understandable. And so the next thing that I recommend is that you take advantage of the events that usually happen about once every 3 to 6 months to get a tier 8 premium tank for free. And this month, it was the WZ-111, where if you did 135,000 damage in every single nation's tank and also picked up 135 kills, you will complete the WZ-111 challenge and get the vehicle for free. But this does require you to be a very active player and invest a lot of time. But then again, if you've got a lot of time, then this is a great opportunity for you to save some money. And as soon as you've got that tier 8 premium tank, then you're pretty much set. So maybe none of this has really helped you and you don't have a lot of time and you don't have a lot of money to purchase premium and all of this shenanigans. How can you make good credits with what is readily available in the game for you, which requires no money spent on it? I.e. the age-old question, what is the best non-premium tank for making credits? Well, one of the best ways to find this out is to use VBA Addict, which shows us the average profit in every single tank in the last 30 days. So as we can see, the tier 5, the tier 6 and the tier 7 Japanese heavy tanks have been making quite good profit. And the reason for that is that generally when new vehicles are released, they're going to be played by the better, more skilled players who are doing more damage, taking less damage, and so it kind of skews the results a bit. But if we forget about these vehicles, the next best tank for making credits in the game is the FV304, followed by the Bishop, the Hummel, the KV2, and the Nashorn. So why is it that the vast majority of tanks in the top 50 are all tier 5, tier 6, and tier 7? So I decided to take it to the next level of analysis on what is the best tier to make profit in. And I used a lot of data from VB Addict, from over 2 million games of World of Tanks in the last 30 days. Here we have the tier of tank, how much the average repair cost was of all the tanks at that tier, how much was spent on ammunition at each tier, what the gross income was at each tier, and the resulting net profit at each tier. So let's sum this up by looking at a chart which I call tier economy. It shows the repair, the ammo cost, the gross income, and the profit at each tier in World of Tanks. So if we take a look at gross income, it just has a nice trend upwards, with the most credits being earned at tier 10 and the least at tier 1. However, this doesn't mean that you're going to get the most profit in your tier 10 tanks, as the ammo cost steadily increases, with the maximum at tier 10 and the minimum at tier 1. And this is the same for repair cost as well, which we can see is a slight exponential, meaning that while the repair cost from 1 to tier 6 is fairly linear and doesn't increase per tier too much, the repair cost gets more and more as you get towards tier 8, 9, and especially tier 10. And so therefore, we see that tier 8 tanks make barely any profit because of the high repair cost and the high ammunition cost. And it's the same for tier 9 as well. While tier 10, on average, you lose money playing your tier 10 tanks. The best tier for making profit is tier 5, with tiers 3 and 4 and 6 and 7 also good contenders. And if you've got a favorite tier within that region, then maybe you just want to stick to it to make the most credits. If, of course, you don't have a premium tank. So as a rule of thumb for picking a tank that you're going to make profit in that's not premium, you want to be between tiers 5 to 7. Pick a tank that you do a lot of damage in and does not have a high shell cost. Hopefully has a very dependable gun with lots of penetration, which mean that you won't need to fire premium rounds, which obviously completely massacre the idea of profitability. Maybe something like a Sherman Firefly, which has a great 17-pounder, and the rounds have great penetration at 171, I believe, and also only cost 175 credits per shot. And so there you have it, my tips and tricks to get the most out of World of Tanks in the shortest time possible, and how to make a decent credit profit while doing so. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and perhaps it was even useful to you. If it was, please consider giving it a like down below. It really helps the channel out. And if you think I've missed anything out, then let me know in the comments down below. Or if you've picked up a few tips, let me know what you think about them. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Best of luck on the battlefield, guys, and hopefully I'll see you soon.